Well, in the words of the manager himself, every match is a big match for United, but this one is the first of 3 successive games against the 3 other teams from last season's top 4. It could well make it a happier or unhappier Christmas for United. New pitch today as well. Let's hope it goes with a new unbeaten run. Newcastle come here having won 6 of their last 8 games in the Premiership. Roche couldn't keep that in. There's going to be plenty of fascinating personal battles all around the pitch today.
Yes, there is. I'm saying earlier, Steve, a lot of good players in the Newcastle team. When you look at Jenas, Dyer, Bellamy, speed, and using speed as the 4th one, there is a lot of speed in their team as well. A great deal of pace in the middle of the park and up front.
And Shea's clearance. Forlán's touch back in the starting lineup today. Van Nistelrooy. Dyer in ahead of him. Hughes, the Northern Ireland international, currently playing left back for Newcastle. Giggs. Away from Barthez. Andy O'Brien with the header. Silvestre, he was a substitute for France in the week. Didn't start their game. Now Scholes. Asking a little too much of Solskjær.
Yes, it was a great ball as well. Well, it would have been a great ball, but you saw it early. Paul just overhit it. There's going to be a challenge. Maybe he's delighted Roche Keane's not playing today, I bet you.
And he is on 99 career league goals for Newcastle. They got one here last season. That was in a 3-1 defeat. United will want a victory at all costs today. Strong header from Wes Brown. Forward by Dabizas. It's Bernard.
That's what I like to see, Steve. Let them know you're there very early on in the game and you'll get away with it.
Just before the game, Paddy said, I'm delighted Paul Scholes is playing in the centre of midfield. That's why, isn't it?
Yes, that's why.
Now then, here come United with Giggs. Forlán wanted it. Good play from Giggs. Didn't get round the second man, though. It was Andy Griffin. Solskjær lets Bernard know he's there. He's had 2 tough challenges, and look at that cutting up.
Well, the thing about it, United, Steve, Quinton Fort's in the last couple of matches, and probably the reason why as well is because of the fact he puts his foot in, but I don't think groundsmen will be too happy to see him putting their foot into that depth. I mean, it's left a big gaping wound in the pitch.
That was relayed very quickly in the week. It's a tough test today. It's had some rain this morning as well. This is Bellamy to Jenas. Blanc lets that go for a goal kick, just about.
He's a very strong character. That's one of the groundsmen. They'd be desperate to go on and put that sod back. He's probably saying, thank you, John O'Shea.
Fortune, once again in that deep line midfield role. He's found Van Nistelrooy. Solskjær's on his way here, and onside. Early ball in, looking for Forlán. It's an important challenge from Andy O'Brien. That was much better from United. Strong challenge from Silvestre, and it's been a committed start.
Oh, that's fantastic, Steve. I like to see that type of start. People straight away putting their foot in. He's a little bit unlucky. Andy O'Brien just gets in front of him and blocks the shot. He gets a touch on it, Diego, but he can't direct it, and that's because of the central defender, Andy O'Brien.
Diego Forlán now has 3 goals this season. All his goal-scoring drought talk has ended. It's his 3rd Premiership start of this campaign. Almost marked it with a goal. High one from Blanc. Hung in the air for Dabizas. It was an awkward one for him.
He had to get a bit of pace on the header, he did, to get it back to the goalkeeper.
Griffin. throw. Blanc captaining United again today in the absence of Beckham, Gary Neville and Keane.
So he's had a few good challenges in Shearer earlier on, because Shearer does use his body. But he's outpowered him a couple of times. Blanc.
Another good strong challenge from Silvestre. And again, he's found Forlán. Nice touch to Scholes. Again, he's looking for Solskjær. He was unfortunate there. It was a lovely bit of vision again from Paul Scholes.
Yeah, he acknowledges it, Ollie, but just again, Steve, a damp pitch. The minute it hits it, it picks up pace, the ball.
High one. To the back of Wes Brown. I think for obvious reasons, for the large part of today, you're going to find Blanc going with Shearer and Brown going with Bellamy. Speed, a goal scorer for Wales in Azerbaijan in the week on that flight home with Giggs. 6.5-hour flight. Now Forlán. Nice touch to Solskjær. He couldn't find Van Nistelrooy though.
Yeah, he just played it a bit too early, Ollie. I tell you, they're fired up United, Steve. Certainly with the start.
Brown in strongly. Now Giggs. Forlán. Scholes again, the vision. Giggs is onside. 3 times they've turned their own well, United now. And the corner comes from it.
No, he wasn't offside. Dabizas, the one that plays them all on. Let's hope someone can get ahead to this.
Pat, I've got a statistic for you, just for you.
Yeah.
This is United's 97th corner in the Premiership. That's more than any other club, and we've not scored a goal from one. More corners than any other side in the Premiership this season. Will it change from this one? It's gone short to Paul Scholes. And now Forlán onto his left foot. Couldn't get any elevation on the cross. Nice touch from Scholes. Dyer away. Good header from Silvestre. Had more time with the second touch though. Shearer looking for the forward run of Dyer. Loves to do that, of course. Kieran Dyer break from central midfield. So we've gone with him, and they've got the throw.
Well, it didn't come back off him, Bellamy. He knows that. Good defending by Silvestre, and Quinton Fortune as well backtracking.
Gary Speed. Strong challenge from Fortune. Griffin. It's been a tremendously committed opening from United. Newcastle just trying to get hold of the ball. Can't do that in the end, all the way through to Barthez.
Well, quite right. United have started off not giving Newcastle United any time on the ball, Steve. Seen Bellamy once or twice complain to the referee about some of the tackling. Like to see that.
Newcastle's away record is not the best though when you look at it. They've lost 4 of their last 6 away from home in the Premiership and only won once. United, of course, have only been beaten here once in the Premiership in their 7 games. They've won 5 of them. Giggs. Still might come to Forlán. Oh, and Griffin didn't know what to do.
Well,
in the end.
I think Diego thought he might have been offside. He certainly wasn't, and he hesitated. We play at the whistle.
Fortune. It's come to Scholes. It's all United at the moment. Now Brown. Nistelrooij's onside. Came off Dabizas. Away by Griffin. Cut out by Fortune. Griffin's having a torrid time with Ryan Giggs at the moment. Here is Giggs. Got a block. Scholes! He's had a few of those in the last couple of weeks. They're just not flying in at the moment.
Yeah, great play by Ryan Giggs. It gets a little bit of a deflection off Griffin and goes straight back to Paul Scholes. It's his left foot. Not far away, but far away enough not to go in the back of the net. He's hit it tremendously well, but just across the goal. But you must say they've been a tremendous start, United, Steve.
He's having a torrid time, Andy Griffin, at the moment. That's Shearer's flick. Well read by Brown. Dabizas wins that header. Giggs in strongly. Griffin's ball forward. They're rattled at the moment, Newcastle.
Certainly are. No, Steve, I don't think teams like it when you put your foot in. United are certainly doing that.
Roche. Barthez kept the clean sheet for France in the week against Yugoslavia. Only 3 clean sheets in his 11 Premiership games so far this season for United. That one is too strong straight through to his opposite number, Shay Given. Brown wins the header. Now Giggs. Too strong for Van Nistelrooy.
Yeah, the pass has got to be dead on, Steve, because they said the surface is wet. When it hits it, it skims along.
Jenas. Griffin into the feet of Bellamy. Now Dyer. Scholes will pick that up. Silvestre. Speed back to Given. Solskjær's touch didn't quite come to Forlán. Header by Blanc. It's fallen to O'Brien. Giggs might just get in there. Now Kieran Dyer. His 100th start for Newcastle in all competitions today. To Jenas. So they've been rattled early on. No question, in particular this man is having a torrid time, Andy.
Yes, if we get a little bit more of the ball to Ryan, and that's what United are trying to do.
There's Griffin again. He looked one way and then again had to be powerful with a header back to Shay Given.
Yeah, just hesitated for a second, but header strong enough to get back to the goalkeeper.
Now this is what they've got to watch. Bellamy getting inside. Where's Brown stood his ground?
Not happy, Bellamy. He's looking for a free kick. He's never happy, but is he?
One of the more vocal players, it's fair to say. Dyer. Almost a little short for speed. Now Griffin. This is Bellamy. Well blocked by Silvestre.
Yeah, good defended by McHale.
He only play 1 game a week at the moment, the surgeon has told him after that knee injury. Newcastle, of course, do play Inter Milan in the Champions League this coming week. United are in Switzerland against Val. Push on Forlán. It's a pity, really. United haven't marked a good start, and Giggs in particular, with a goal.
Yeah, that's what happens in football, Steve. You do make good starts. Goals are the things that sicken the other teams.
Here goes Fortune. On to Forlán. On his weaker foot. Out on the full.
He had a bit more time than he thought there, Diego. Not be happy with the cross.
He'll be pleased with the commitment in the start, though.
Yeah, no question about that. What you say, Steve, when you have the commitment in the start, you want the goal.
Sir Alex against Sir Bobby today. Goalkeeper Dabizas can't go there. It's gone to Hughes. Good pressure from Solskjær. Ball from Roche. It's Giggs. Forlán. Off Fortune. Got it back from Silvestre. Dyer's gone with it.
Well, that's a blatant push. Well, challenged by Dyer there. You get a talk to the referee, but he really should get booked for that. No intention of playing the ball, it's just a deliberate push. Silly challenge.
Now, can United make them pay? John O'Shea, Mikel Silvestre and Laurent Blanc, all inside the penalty area. Giggs and Forlán behind the ball. It's Forlán to deliver, it's a good one as well. And they've got a corner out of it. Important header there from Gary Speed.
Very important from Gary Speed. He's got a touch to it. Two United players up for it. You think one of them's going to header it. Gary Speed gets in between them and just nicks it away from John O'Shea. They're under a little bit of pressure, Newcastle, Steve. They're working very hard, United.
Giggs to take this corner. Griffin comes and takes comfortable.
Yeah, you put teams under pressure, and the goalie can take the pressure off the team by coming in and catching it. That's exactly what Givens has done.
Jenas for Newcastle now to Dyer. Trying to get away from Silvestre. Two very quick players, but Silvestre strong as well. Blanc. Deep 1-2 with Scholes. There's a bit of space for Laurent Blanc now. It's come to Van Nistelrooy. He was fouled.
Well, Jenas and O'Brien top of him. Try to turn, but fouled.
Now then, no Beckham, no Verón today, of course, he's on the bench.
Bit far out, Steve. You not think so?
How many times have we said that?
Oh, that's 35 yards at least. Long way out that. Maybe look for Laurent Blanc or John O'Shea at this right-hand side.
Long conversation gone on. Giggs to deliver. Van Nistelrooy's touch just over Blanc.
Well, that's a corner. That's a corner. That's come off the centre defender. We'll see here, he gets a touch to RUUD. That's Dabizas and goes for a corner.
United aren't playing like a side with 1 point from the last 6, 1 win from their last 5 in the league. Been much, much better in the opening 20 minutes.
Well, it's nice to see the strength of Wes Brown there against the strength of Alan Shearer. have to have a bit of strength when you're playing in the back four.
Here is Shearer. And then Brown finds Forlán. He'll look for Giggs. Ooh, just behind him. Jenas looking for Bellamy. And he's been fouled by Blanc.
He's won the ball, Lauren, but you did give him a little push. He makes the best of it all the time, Craig Bellamy, doesn't he?
United skipper for the day still looks a little bemused, but it has given Newcastle a dangerous position. Bernard is going to deliver. Dabizas, Shearer, Speed and O'Brien all in there. Bernard's delivery, Silvestre's header clear. Jenas. Griffin popping up on the left-hand side. He's gone down again, Bellamy, and this time the referee's seen right through him.
Good challenge by Brown. That is a good challenge. No messing about with Wes.
He did terrifically, unbelievably well, really, in the 90 minutes at West Ham, the last game. Only a second game since August, since that injury in Budapest today. Steve Dunn from Bristol is our official today.
Well, if Wes Brown hadn't had the injury problem over the last couple of years, what would he been like?
Nistelrooij. Nistelrooij again. Now Bernard. Roche penalised.
Yeah, he's got a tackle in again, John. Well done, son.
Made his first start for Ireland in the week, of course, at centre-half in Athens against Greece.
That'll be the first of many for him as well, Steve. You can bet your life on that.
There he is again with the header. A lot of people think it was long overdue as well. Shearer's header, Fortune. Dabizas with the header, then headed on by Forlán. Giggs was offside that time though.
Yes, he was. Half a yard on the wrong side of the defence.
And Gary Speed, of course, part of the Welsh side that won in Azerbaijan in the week, getting closer to finally reaching a major tournament with his country. Speed, the Wales captain, a scorer over there. Scholes. Away by Griffin. He's already become an instant hero in Tyneside this season. He scored the goal at home to Juventus. It ensured their Champions League hopes stayed alive. His first goal for 2.5 years, would you believe? That's brilliantly kept in by Solskjær. Fantastic play. Can he get the cross in as well? He can. It's Scholes. What a goal! What a goal from United. That is the Manchester United we recognise and love. Paul Scholes with the finish. Brilliantly created by Ole Gunnar Solskjær.
What about the skill of volley? The skill of volley, absolutely brilliant. We thought this ball was overhit. Not for Ole, it wasn't. Great bit of play, how he gets round the full back and the ball in. Well, fantastic. He's not going to miss there from there, Paul Scholes. This is a great bit of play by Ole Solskjær. Tremendous stuff. To be fair, Steve, they deserve it, United. They've played tremendous this first, what, 20 minutes?
And Paul Scholes has his 6th goal of the season. He scored 2 in this fixture last season, one of them with his 50th league goal. His 6th of the season has opened the scoring today, and as Paddy says, well deserved as well.
What have we said, Steve? Most of the games we've seen United this season have put teams under a lot of pressure and never done the most vital thing: stick the ball in the back of the net. They've done it today, and there's nothing worse for teams for knocking their confidence than to lose a goal when you're under pressure.
And it was a brilliantly worked goal.
Oh, it was a brilliantly worked goal. Brilliant control by Solskjær, the first touch.
O'Brien's not too sure here. Well followed in by Giggs. Given can't pick that up. Tremendous work rate from United.
Yeah, I think maybe a bit of the stick they've been getting in the press, Steve's affected one or two of them. Well, not one or two of them, 11 of them. Maybe got the manager worked up as well, and quite rightly so.
Silvestre's ball in. Just over Solskjær.
Well, it's always a strange decision, Steve, because there's no danger Bernard was obstructing Solskjær and he's trying to get round him and the free kick goes the other way.
Look at this.
Great control that. But the second touch is the one that makes the goal. The second touch is fantastic.
Finish isn't bad either.
Well, when Paul Scholes is there, not often he misses him. They've not been getting in for him of late, but that one certainly went in for him.
Push on Bellamy.
Well, that's the two. They've done the most important thing in the game so far. Made and scored.
Verón is going to deliver. It's only his 11th start for Newcastle in the Premiership today. It's in for Hughes. Got a bad left foot on him. Blanc on the end of it. Jenas, the throw, or is he going to leave it? He's going to leave it for Griffin.
Oh, that was another good challenge by Paul Scholes. On Gary Speed. Nearly won the ball for United.
Shearer. Giggs in strongly. Now then, can United make them pay? Here goes Giggs again. Knew Solskjær was there. Scholes is square of him. Here is Scholes. He might have a crack here. Oh, he's gone for the chip. Brilliant vision.
Oh, that would have been a wonderful goal. He saw the goalie off his line. Shea Given will be delighted he's got back for that. Everybody thinks he's going to power it. So did I, Steve. That's a great little chip, but just not enough on it.
Now O'Shea. Nistelrooij. Forlán's away down the right. He had to check his run though.
Yeah, had to. Forlán was offside.
Giggs.
Well, this guy's in form, Steve. Give him plenty of the ball, Ryan Giggs. They're finding him a very, very difficult map. Well, Newcastle's right-hand side, their left-hand side, finding it difficult. Different passing.
He's enjoying himself in there as well. He's running that midfield battle at the moment. Mentioned it before kick-off, and he is, good fortune to be fair, controlling things in that department.
Well, Steve, you like to see somebody in the middle of the park that put their foot in. We've got two players in there that certainly put their foot in. If you can win the battle in the middle of the field, Steve, it's 70–80% of the game for your side. And our lads are certainly winning it at the moment.
Keeping him quiet as well, which is good to see. It's his fellow Welshman Giggs who's causing problems. That flick didn't come off. Now Speed. Bernard. Hughes can't keep that in. He doesn't look too happy, and that's a good sign. Forlán. a throw. Jenas just offering a few instructions from the sidelines.
You'll be delighted the way they're playing, Steve. Don't worry about that.
Here goes Solskjær again.
Well, that's a push on all his Solskjær. That is a push.
O'Shea's done well there. Solskjær. Oh, and it almost found its way through the Giggs.
Oh, and let me tell you something, Andy Griffin, he didn't know what to do. If he gets a touch, it might go in the back of his own net, but well, he didn't get a touch on it. He wasn't sure what to do here, Andy Griffin. He knows Giggs is somewhere about. Do I touch it or do I not? And he's lucky. I think his mind was made up for him because it bounced badly.
Look at the United work rate though, closing Newcastle down. It's Jenas. Silvestre, he's been tremendous at left back so far as well.
Well, Steve, it's just over half an hour, long way to go yet, but it's been tremendous so far.
Shearer's header. Scholes to Fortune. Oh, lovely dummy from Forlán to Nistelrooij. Too strong for Nistelrooij though. In the return.
I don't think he realised that Ryan was going to play it back to him.
Barthez Solano amongst the Newcastle substitutes today. People thought he might have started the game. Speed to Shearer. Dyer. Back on his feet, Kieran Dyer. Well, he dived there, Bernard.
Of course he dived. Of course he dived, and the referee does nothing about it. He knows he's lost the ball. His first touch is going for a dead ball from the off. But he throws himself down hoping to get a free kick. He should get booked for that, Steve. But it happens all the time in football, the number of people that dive and they get away with it. We all protest, but the referees don't seem to notice.
Nistelrooij's flick. Griffin straight to Silvestre. He's looking for Solskjær. He's found him as well. Oh, lucky.
Oh, he just ran that second too soon. Yeah, all he's a go at the linesman, but I think he's got it right. He's just the wrong side. No, he's not the wrong side. He's not off. Well, he is. He is.
Just. Silvestre in strongly. Well, referee gave it Newcastle's way, the linesman gave it United's way.
Well, it did come off Diego.
The 65th league meeting here against Newcastle, going United's way, just as 38 of the previous encounters have. Newcastle have only won 9 times in their history here in the league. Bernard straight at O'Shea. That was a nasty blow. Oh, and so was that. A freak equaliser from Newcastle United and from Olivier Bernard. Barthez can't believe it, and neither can anyone inside Old Trafford.
Well, that was meant as a cross, no question about that, and they've got the break. We saw that the other night in the reserve match. This is a cross into the box, he tries to get bend on it. Well, he's got the break. After such a great start of United, this is the cruel thing about football, Steve. The other team not really in the game, and you get a goal like that brings you back into it. Well, Fabian, everybody in the stadium thought that was going out.
10 minutes to half-time, back to all square. And when the luck's not going for you, then it's not going for you.
That's for sure. that.
Why is that
The
gone against
full
Solskjær?
back is doing the obstructing. And he has to use his hand to get a touch on the ball, Ole Solskjær, but the full back's obstructing.
Well, Barthez has had nothing to do in this match.
Well, you can't blame him for the goal either, Steve. That's one of these freaks of nature. As I say, we saw the reserve match the other night against Aston Villa.
Now Forlán. First touch was a long one. Gave the chance for Given. Can Giggs get there? No, he can't.
Good bit of goalkeeping by Shea Given.
To Forlán. It's come to Scholes eventually. He's found Roche. He's going to take Bernard on. Get past him though. But nice to see that from John O'Shea.
Confidence, Steve. Confidence, but you've seen there's acres of space behind Bernard.
Bernard's first goal of the season. It's fourth for Newcastle. Not scoring him in luckier wins than that. And they all count. It's 1-1. Giggs against Griffin again. Terrorising him.
Well, that's a free kick referee, Shearer.
Tremendous from Silvestre. That's great, powerful play. And he's still going. And that was deflected. Van Nistelrooy! United's lead restored. The man who scored in both games against Newcastle last season has done it again with goal number 12 and brilliant supply line from Mikel Silvestre.
Well, if you're talking about power and courage and all the things that matter in football, Mikel Silvestre shows them here. I think there's 3 occasions, Steve, when he should never won the ball at all. He does. Gets to the dead ball line, the cross in. Thank you very much. I mean, it's 2-1 for United and really should be 2-0 and the game could be probably over, but it's not. But that's great play by Mikel Silvestre. I think Shea Given's got the surprise of his life. In actual fact, the Silvestre get down the line to cross it. Just power that won that, power and courage.
And this guy's unbelievable record. His 61st start in all competitions for United today. That is his 48th goal.
Bit useful that, isn't it?
Considering he's having a bad season, that's his 12th goal in 18 games.
Well, United have been tremendous this first half, Steve, and really 2-0 would have been a fair reflection in the play.
Given's out of his goal and scampering back as Scholes tried a quite sensible effort.
Well, you take the chance, don't you?
That one's gone against Wes Brown.
I'll tell you, he's given Alan Shearer a torrid time of it, Wes Brown. I'm as big as strong as you, Alan, and I'm going to fight you for everything. And he's winning everything.
Dabizas to take the free kick for Newcastle. Speed wins it in the air. No problems for Barthez though. There's a danger in the aerial duels, Gary Speed. Jenas. Out of play. You have to say United's 2 goals today have been brilliantly worked.
Oh, brilliantly worked, and you must say as well, Steve, it's the way they've played all day, isn't it? A lot of strength, conviction, challenging for every ball.
Silvestre. Back to Shea Given. High one from Barthez.
why doesn't he give offside? Because there's no advantage to the Bellamy's coming back from an offside position.
United throw, and he's been outstanding from start to finish, Pat.
Well, I think we've got a back four, Steve, that are challenging for everything, not giving MD any time on the ball. The whole back four. And I think it's great as well when you see them putting their foot in.
Well, he'll be delighted with the response of his players today.
He'll be a bit disappointed with the scoreline of 2-1, Steve. I'm a lot happy that it would have been 2-0.
Header away by Brown. Now Scholes, and Nistelrooij offside.
Yes. Again, just playing on the shoulder again, and not a great deal in it. There he goes, he's just offside. Not a great deal in it.
Blanc to Giggs. Sunshine's come out at Old Trafford as well. It's a goal kick in the end.
This is a game, Steve, when certainly Manchester United won't want to hear the half-time whistle.
Newcastle certainly will, though, won't they?
They'll be desperate for the half-time whistle, Newcastle. Would you say, Steve, after a performance like this in the first half, you don't want, sometimes at half-time whistle, you can lose your momentum a little bit.
It's 2 minutes to half-time now. Scholes to Van Nistelrooy. Looks up to weigh his options up. One is Solskjær. Back to Van Nistelrooy and look.
Oh, that'd have been a great bit of play. Just a little bit heavy from Ollie. The 1-2 between him and RUUD was great. He sees Ollie, plays it, goes for the return, but just, and I'll tell you, it was on. If the ball hadn't been overhit, he was in for a strike at goal, RUUD.
Brown in again ahead of Shearer.
Yeah, he's offside again. He's offside again, RUUD. But he's been absolutely magnificent at the back, Wes Brown, hasn't he? I'll tell you something, he's battled Shearer. He'll not be a very happy man. He'll be delighted it's 2-1, Steve. I'm telling you, he'll be thinking it shouldn't be 2-1, but I'm delighted it is. Get them in at half-time and have a go at them.
Scholes did well there. Trenchy challenge.
Well, you expect that from Alan Shearer.
Oh, it's Griffin and Giggs again. Had a little look there. Nervous kick from Griffin. Solskjær's header couldn't find Forlán. Dyer. Comfortable for Brown. Fortune popping up on the left-hand side, his more orthodox position. Dyer's gone with him. Barthez. Well, the only downside of the entire 45 minutes was that free kick equaliser.
Yes, been a magnificent performance, Dave. That's as good a performance as we've seen this season. But as I say, there's another 45 minutes to go.
Bernard looking for the pace of Bellamy.
Well, he's thrown himself to the ground as well, Bellamy. He's thrown himself to the ground, Steve. He knew he wasn't getting the ball. He knew he wasn't getting the ball.
O'Shea. Solskjær. Van Nistelrooy, oh, just allowed Griffin to get in.
Oh, just the first touch, it just took it away a little bit too far for him.
And this is the talking point.
Nobody's touched him and he's down. I'll tell you, he got up there to go at the referee but changed his mind. He was going to chase the referee, but I think players should get booked for it, Steve. Not do it the next time.
Inside stoppage time now. Silvestre. Forlán, he's got a lot of time. Van Nistelrooy! 3-1. Forlán didn't connect, but RUUD Van Nistelrooy certainly did. His second, United's third, right on half-time.
Well, a bit of fortune, Steve. I mean, he doesn't really connect with it properly. It looks like a pass, it wasn't. It was a strike-out goal from Diego Forlán. But he's there, isn't he, RUUD? That's what he's there for. Certainly a two-goal lead, well deserved, because this has been a magnificent performance in this first half, Steve.
Well, they've scored in 8 of their last 10 league games before today. A lot of people making a lot of the fact that they've only scored 18 goals in 14 games.
But as I say, Steve, the worst thing's going to happen in a few seconds. The half-time whistle's going to go.
Pity it's not the full-time whistle, eh? But there is the half-time whistle. Well, he's been one of several heroes in the first 45 minutes. He'll be grateful that he's only 2 goals behind. 2 goals from his former striker at PSV Eindhoven, RUUD Van Nistelrooy, have helped the cushion after Scholes had given United the lead on 24 minutes. Then the free-kick equaliser from Olivier Bernard. But then came the double from Van Nistelrooy. And it's been the best we've seen at Old Trafford from United this season, that's for sure. The only downside, the free-kick equaliser from that man. But they've put themselves in a great position to start 3 very difficult games with 3 points. He'll be delighted with the commitment and the response from his players and with the scoreline, which at half-time is Manchester United 3, Newcastle United 1. Welcome back. No changes from either side at the break, and it will be Newcastle with just one away win all season to get us underway in the second half. Any side they've lost to in their last 8 games is Arsenal, and they've won 6 of them, but they've been bamboozled by United's top-class display in the first 45 minutes. It's important in this second half not to concede an early goal and give them a little bit of hope.
No, I think it's important to try and keep up the impetuous, or whatever your word is, that they did the first half, because they were absolutely magnificent.
And Nistelrooy, Forlán had to stay on side, so he's gone wide to Giggs instead.
Certainly this man's worried that Newcastle right-hand side of the pitch to death. Ryan Giggs.
Here he is again. That nearly came off. He's done well today in the centre of midfield again.
Puts his foot in, Steve. I tell you, players don't like that when you're playing against people that want to have a go at you.
Shearer and Blanc. That goes Shearer's way. Blanc got ahead of Shearer. It's come to Dyer. Now Griffin. Bernard, the fortuitous Newcastle goal scorer. Shearer. Closing down again from United for Shearer from Jenas. Someone at half-time has just described United's first half performance to Paddy Knight as a breath of fresh air.
Well, it's like the United of old, Steve. The people that have come in for the players that are injured have certainly put themselves about. As I say, maybe sometimes when you get a lot of stick in the media, it helps to give you a G.
Nice interplay between Giggs and Forlán. He's away here, Giggs. He's got them worried. There's a man unmarked, and Solskjær.
Oh, that was a chance. That was a chance. I don't think Ollie was sure that Ryan was going to play it him, but I think Ryan had the intention from the left that he was going to play. Well, when he starts running here, he knows where Ollie is. He's had a little look, and I think he's always going to look for Ollie. And Ollie, I think, just takes his eye off the ball. That would have been a great start to the second half, and that really would have sickened Newcastle United. That was a great chance.
O'Shea did well there with Bellamy on his shoulder.
Well, the referee's not give it, but Bellamy certainly handballed it. He's moaning again, but
pressure from Fortune on Dyer. Speed. United have a great record. They've never lost to Newcastle here in the Premiership, and they're looking for their 4th consecutive victory as well. So not a ground that Newcastle United that is, have enjoyed coming to. Giggs in early again. Forlán has to stay on side. Tried to throt it through for Van Nistelrooy. Annoyed himself, Ryan Giggs, for overrunning that.
Well, he overhit it. Maybe Diego Forlán was the better option.
Shearer fouls Blanc. But Ryan Giggs has been on fire today.
Yes, I see here he gets it. We see Diego out in the left-hand side here, and he's looking, and Diego's free. But he tries to play the hard ball, and you've got to be inch perfect, or it goes nowhere, and it finished up going nowhere.
Solskjær. Now Forlán. Oh, it was the right ball, and Van Nistelrooy had slipped.
Yes, he didn't know it. He didn't know Diego that RUUD had slipped. It was the right ball.
Jenas. Now Bellamy. Fortune flying in again. It's come to Bernard. Solskjær's annoyed at that. Yeah, and Solskjær's going to get booked.
Oh, that's ludicrous, referee. That is ludicrous. I mean, he's trying to get the ball and he's just caught Bernard's foot. Unintentional. Oh, that's ludicrous. We'll see it here. Bernard, watch his foot comes round and just catches him. He's trying to play the ball, Ollie. And obviously the referee is the one that makes the decisions.
First yellow card of the game. It hasn't been that type of match in any way.
Certainly hasn't, Steve. We know. Nasty's the game at all.
Now then, Shearer will fancy his chances from this distance.
Well, it's going to be a hit anyway. Whoever takes it's going to be a strike at goal, that's for sure. So United have got to make sure the wall's firm.
Half.
No, they certainly did not. 7 minutes into the second half, and it brings Newcastle back into the game.
And as I say, it gives Shearer his 100th league goal for Newcastle United.
United are capable of scoring again, Steve. I don't think there's any question about that.
Well, they had that great chance for Giggs to slot Forlán in just a couple of moments before that. Forlán might be away here. He is. He's onside as well. Diego Forlán is trying to square it for Giggs, is he? Still Forlán. He's done brilliantly. Van Nistelrooy. Newcastle didn't lead for long, and the Dutchman who played for Bobby Robson at PSV Eindhoven has a hat-trick against his Newcastle United side.
Well, all credit to Diego Forlán. He's looking for someone. It's a good ball from Mikel Silvestre. He's never offside. He's looking for someone. Doesn't see Andy yet. He brings it back inside. He sees somebody now. Thank you very much, RUUD Van Nistelrooy. Well, that's good play by Diego. Deadly striker. Strikers are always there to pick up anything that comes across the box. Well, that's my prediction out the window.
He's actually in today's programme citing Bobby Robson as one of his influences on his career. He went to PSV Eindhoven at 21 and said he learnt so much from Bobby Robson. And unfortunately, Bobby Robson will know that with a hat-trick today against his Newcastle side. And there might be more to come yet as well.
Well, I just said, Steve, when they scored the second goal, Newcastle, there's more goals coming, well, in the United team. I still think there's more to come, and my forecast of 3-2 for United's out the window.
Eight Premiership goals now suddenly for RUUD van Nistelrooy. And 14 in 18. Solskjær just over Diego Forlán as he peeled away from Griffin.
He's done well, Diego Forlán. It'd be nice, Steve, if he could get a goal.
Well, his free kick didn't last long.
Well, it was a hell of a strike, and you thought, well, that's going to bring them back into the game. But the way United are playing, Steve, you can see them scoring. He'll be cursing RUUD. Why did I teach him?
Forlán. Silvestre. He's through. Solskjær. He doesn't miss those. It's 5-2. What a performance this is turning into be. Newcastle aren't happy because there's a man down. He wasn't worried about that. Speed's been booked. United have a 3-goal lead.
Well, it's a collision between the two players, and Ollie hasn't seen him. I'm not sure what Newcastle United player it is down there. The ball comes. Ollie doesn't see him. No question, but Ollie doesn't see him. He's not touched him. Well, he has touched him, but without seeing him. And that's good night, Vienna. We said before the game, Steve, that we didn't fancy the Newcastle United defence. So for once in the season, we've got something right. He's not going to miss from there, Ollie, is he?
His 7th goal of the season. It's Andy O'Brien who's down. No, Aaron Hughes. Aaron Hughes is the player who's down. Robson can't believe it. Back at 3-2 1 minute, 5-2 down the next, and that man, Des Morrison, the referee's assistant, is suddenly in the news.
Well, there's nothing wrong with this. When the ball's played in, we can't see it very clearly here. But he's looking at the ball, Ollie. I don't think he's seen Hughes at all. He knows he's there. That's a contradiction in terms. He didn't see him, but he knows he's there. But you don't have to see the player, but you can have a feel that somebody's there, Steve, in football. You don't have to see them.
Well, more of the pitch cutting up there.
I don't think the goals are finished either.
Well, he's deserved one as well for his all-round effort. Seven goals. Here comes Van Nistelrooy. He's trying to thread it through to Solskjær. He's had a look. It just allowed Aaron Hughes able to get in. He still looks a bit shaken from that blow.
Yeah, he was trying to pull it back and make space for a shot for himself. You're going to get booked for that, RUUD. Silly challenge, but that's a centre-forward's challenge, isn't it? Absolutely useless. Going to get his name taken for it.
His 2nd yellow card of the season.
Well, I can understand with this challenge from RUUD why he's a forward and not a defender. Dear me, that's a...
Hat-trick hero, though.
Is he finished?
The players will tell you someone was on the end of this sooner or later, you know. The way they've been playing, the luck they've been having.
You mean the lack of luck they've been having? But I think the application of the team more than anything, Steve, the way they've met the challenge has been tremendous. They're battling forever, and particularly this guy at centre-half, he's been magnificent, Wes Brown.
And there he is again.
I hope the England manager's watching him.
There's Roche strongly in as well, and Van Nistelrooy.
Oh, he's in trouble, Dabizas. He's lucky he wasn't the last man. He was very close to being the last man. Very, very close to it. Paul's taking a quick free kick. He's complaining to the referee, but he's going to book Dabizas. That's why he's not allowed it, Paul. He's a lucky man. He was very, very close to being the last man.
man who scored at St James's in their 4-3 win last season is booked. He's already been sent off this season as well, the only Newcastle player to be shown a red card. Roche.
That's good play. That's good play by Jenas. He's in an angle. He can't cross the ball. He knows he's got to take Bernard on, and he does, and gets a corner. Good play. Well, there's a confident young fella in him, Steve. Jenas.
Short to Scholes. As Giggs the angle for the cross. No, back to Scholes. Still plenty waiting in there. Fortune. Oh, nice to fit Giggs. That was travelling as well.
Yeah, clever little bit of a move by Quentin Fortune. I think maybe expected to get it back, but when you're inside the box, the forward's going to have a shot, of course.
Solskjær to Scholes. To Forlán. Oh, almost came through. He could see what he was trying to do. Dyer and Hughes again.
No, but I think Ryan Giggs was offside. He left it. And him leaving the ball takes Ollie completely by surprise. We'll see this ball in here from Diego. Ryan comes back from an offside position, and I think he surprises Ollie Solskjær, hence the dead ball kick.
Bellamy. Dyer. Shearer takes on O'Shea. Away by Brown. O'Shea penalised.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of the ball, but I think his hands on Bernard has created a free kick. Well, I think he'll have a go again here, Shearer. He's got a bit of joy with the first one. He's going to have another go here, but he'll have to bend this one.
We've seen some goals of real quality today. Don't want to see any more from this man or this team. It is Shearer. Straight at Scholes in the wall.
Yeah, but you know he's going to have a shot. Hits the ball tremendously well, as we saw earlier on, but Paul Scholes blocks that one.
And the crazy thing is, there's 29 minutes of this match to go, and it's 5-2.
Good entertainment.
Giggs to Silvestre. It's a good clearance as well. Forlán's on his way. Dabizas has got to be careful. He's been booked already. Good support play from Fortune. Scholes to Van Nistelrooy.
Oh,
lovely.
Go on, RUUD.
He's having a go, and he's got there. Well won by Fortune, and then by Scholes.
Yeah, he gets a pat in the back from Craig, pat in the head from Craig Bellamy, and quite rightly so. Go on, David. Well, I don't know who was offside. RUUD was offside, but he was walking back into a non-offside position. Diego and Ryan Giggs weren't.
Is a non-offside position the same as an onside position?
Yes.
Just checking.
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking that word that you used earlier on, gratuitous goal from Bernard. What does that mean?
Fortuitous.
Oh, no, you said gratuitous.
Okay, 1-1. It's 5-2 here, and it's a free kick to Newcastle. Bernard, the man who got that lucky equaliser in the first half, is going to take it. The header came in from speed.
Yeah. Can't keep it down. If he keeps it down, Steve, that could have finished up in the back of the net.
Here's this incident again, they've now highlighted.
There's nothing in it, Steve. It doesn't show you a clear picture there, and that it's very difficult, but from the original one, there was nothing in it at all. just a clash of bodies.
Here he goes again, Solskjær. Forlán's with him, so too is Van Nistelrooy. United throw. Look at that, Pat.
Richardson's coming on. Yeah, that's the new pitch, Steve. It's expected that. RUUD's not going to make it 4, is he?
Hat-trick hero.
Game on Tuesday.
Absolutely, with the Champions League in mind, goes off. And Kieran Richardson's Premiership debut. Having scored here in the Worthington Cup and played in the Champions League, it's a nice opportunity for the 18-year-old to come on.
Well, he's going to play in the left wing, Steve, and I think Ryan Giggs is it's going to go up front.
Scholes. Straight through to Shea Given, who'd only kept 1 clean sheet in the last 8 prior to today. It'll now be 9. 5 put past him. It's the first touch in the Premiership for Kieran Richardson. And there's what we all know about him. No sign of nerves. He's found Solskjær. He's found Giggs, and here's Richardson! Well, what a story that would have been.
Dear me, what good play by the youngster. Great play by him. He's knocked the ball and he's kept going, and I want it back. He gets it back from Ryan Giggs. Good defending stops him. 2 youngsters together. Jenas is the one that gets the ball away.
Giggs is going to take the corner. Given's come a long way. He got it in the end.
Good challenge by Quentin Fortune. Good challenge.
Here they go again. Giggs from deep. He was onside.
Yeah, just another one that just overhit slightly, but credit to the goalkeeper. He's off his line very quickly.
A lot of conversations going on between the Newcastle back 4. They simply haven't been able to live with United's forwards today.
Yeah, they found it very difficult. I think Giggs has been a problem for them all day as well, Steve, as well as all in the other side.
Griffin, he's had a day to forget. Dyer, his 200th career start, not one to remember for him. Bernard. Speed through to Bernard. Well away by Wes Brown.
Read the situation very well, Wes Brown, what he's done all the game.
This is Dyer. Scholes in with the challenge. It's Forlán to Jenas. Oh, he'll let it go for a throw. Shearer and Blanc renewing acquaintances, and Blanc getting the clearance away.
Not given him an inch, Lauren, has it? Not giving him an inch. You just wonder when they're going to probably bring up Amiobi on Newcastle, because they're getting no joy up front.
Richardson trying to find Forlán, nearly did. To be watched all the way by Andy O'Brien. That's all that's missing now, a Forlán goal.
Yep, they're lovely to see.
Fortune. Solskjær. Hold up play again from Forlán. Fortune had stayed forward. It's too strong for him. And it'll be the 50th defeat in all competitions under Bobby Robson, as he took charge at St James's Park, and their 5th away from home in the Premiership this season. speed. Blanc was coming off.
Young Lee Roche.
And Lee Roche is going to make his Premiership debut as well. He's only ever played once for United's first team. That went away at Arsenal in the Worthington Cup. We've watched him recently in the reserves. He's been in terrific form. What an opportunity for him now.
Great defender, great tackle. He's going to go to right back, of course, with Jenas moving into the middle, but he's one of these lads forwards don't like playing against, Steve. Well, it looks as if he's limping, Blanc.
So the young man from Bolton is on for his debut. He would have played against Bernard before in the reserve, so nothing new there for him. A little bit different surroundings though. But a nice stage to come on for these youngsters at 5-2 up.
Well, it is as well, Steve. And I think when you're coming up to this level, and it's no harm to the reserve team, you play with better players in the first team, so there'll be more help to you. But he is a tackler. He puts his foot in as well.
Very quick too.
Here's his first challenge.
Bellamy drops to Scholes.
Well played, Quentin Fortune. Never give him any time whatsoever. Oh, he's a lucky man, Dabizas. If that hits his hand, he could have been off, Steve.
Get out by Silvestre, falls to Jenas. Good tackle by Richardson. Great feet from Scholes. You can see the confidence oozing out of United now.
Of course you can.
I'll tell you something as well, with Blanc and Ferdinand off the pitch, Brown and O'Shea's not a bad backup. The partnership now. Giggs goes for the lob.
Oh, he should have gone on. I'm surprised he's done that, Ryan. He's clean through. The ball from Scholes has split the defence. There's no need to lob it. Just take it on and slot it. Oh, ref. Nothing in that, referee.
Alberto Solano's coming on for Olivier Bernard. The scorer of Newcastle's first goal goes off, and the Peruvian, who you probably thought might well have started in the absence of Vayana today, comes on for the remaining 19 minutes.
Well, he's not going to go to the outside left, that's for sure, because he's a right winger.
Dyer. Good challenge by Wes Brown. An important one too.
Yeah, just lining up to have a shot, Craig Bellamy. But he's not made a mistake all afternoon, has he, Wes Brown?
Fortune. Silvestre to Richardson. Forlán's flick. And Newcastle, I think, would like the full-time whistle to go right now. We've still got 18 minutes to wait.
Yeah, they're still having a go, Steve. They still think they can get a goal back, and maybe you never know from then. But United's tackling at the back's been tremendous, Steve. Not giving them any time or room.
Griffin's got to try and keep that in. He's been terrific today.
You tell me MD out there that's not been, Steve.
True. Now Dyer in towards Bellamy, and Roche was
well, good defending. Good defending, good cover. Just eases Bellamy off it.
Fortune's lost it in the end. It's come back to Bellamy, long way out. Oh, and Barthez needed to make his first save of the day, and a good save too.
Yeah, the ball was all over the place, Steve. It's a great strike by Bellamy, and you'll see it here. The ball's bending all over the place. A lot of movement in the ball. He has to put it over the bar. He can't take any chances.
It's that type of play you don't see him for very often. And then he can do something that will really hurt you. And he could hit here, and he has. Craig Bellamy has his second goal in the Premiership, his 4th of the season, and Fabian Barthez is beaten for the 3rd time today.
Well, it's a header from Shearer. He knocks it back down into the 6-yard line, and Bellamy's there unmarked. Gets up, headers it down. Bellamy unmarked. Well, I'll not be very happy about that, and certainly Fabian Barthez isn't. It's a very simple goal, Steve, and it'll give them a little bit of hope. Scrappy goal to lose, but it'll give them a little bit of hope. There's still just over 15 minutes to go.
It's turning into a game like on the park, this 5-3. On earth's it going to finish? Roche away in the end. Well, Kieran Dyer is virtually playing behind Bellamy and Shearer now. So Bobby Robson abandoned his system, putting United under some pressure. Solskjær. Newcastle will now feel if we get another one, you never know.
Oh, if you get another one, there'll be nerves all over the place, Steve. Well, he'll be thinking the same thing, Alex. As long as you've got to keep your composure. Well done, Mikel Silvestre.
And Fortune folded up, and now Scholes over the top, wonderful ball. Giggs, can he make it count? It's still Giggs. Given got something on it. Forlán waiting for the cross, it's a corner.
Just couldn't get it down to hit it. Just couldn't get it down. At the end, Given gets a touch to it. Another great ball from Paul Scholes. You're thinking, is he going to hit it? No, that touch there, Steve, just took it away from him and gave the goalie enough to get a touch to it. See, that's the thing, Steve, it's 5-3, United could score again.
Forlán's corner, O'Shea was arriving off the line.
Just as I say that, yeah. Andy Griffin in the far post gets a touch to it. He gets in John O'Shea and gets a head to it. That's why you full-backs in the post, Steve.
What a game this has been. Roche. Scholes. Some of his passing today has been
absolutely
sublime.
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. He's created so many chances, Paul Scholes. But other days might have been put away.
Basically 3 up now, Newcastle. Dyer has joined Bellamy and Shearer.
Yeah.
Is Solano the substitute? One-on-one, Dyer and Brown.
And that's the ball they're looking for. Bellamy's pace and maybe Dyer's pace. But United have got a bit of pace there as well. Well done, Wes Brown.
Leon says the referee. Jenas. Solano's gone right. Speed. Bellamy. Offside. Kieran Dyer.
You've got to admire Bobby Robson. He's thrown everything forward, taking a chance. You may as well lose 6-3 as 5-3. Why not? But when you do that, Steve, you leave yourself open at the back. He's tucked in Alberto Solano. You're not allowed to do that, Bobby, in case you didn't know the rules. You're not allowed to go on the pitch either. They've got 12 players on the pitch now.
His passion at his age can only be admired.
I thought his playing days were over.
Scholes. Solskjær's onside. And he got an early ball in to trouble Newcastle here. Oh, he could, and there was no one on the end of it.
Oh, if he only takes his time. Ryan Giggs is there coming in on the 18-yard line. Diego was there, but he's played it too quickly. I still think United will possibly score again. Verón's coming on.
It's Diego Forlán who's coming off.
Maybe he wants to crowd the midfield, Alex.
And he only got back less than 24 hours before the kickoff, Verón, from a 17-hour journey back from Japan. Forlán, to be fair, has been to Venezuela to play for Uruguay.
But he's played very well, Diego Forlán, today. Played tremendously well.
So one South American for another.
Well, he gets a great reception from the crowd, Diego Forlán, and quite rightly so.
There goes Roche.
Confident young fellow Lee, isn't he? He's on there, he's up there, he wants the ball and he's getting it.
Here he is with Dyer.
Oh, nobody read the cross. That's a great ball into the box, that. Oh, that's a great ball in.
Speed. Vincent Fortune penalised.
You don't mind challenges in the halfway line, Steve, even if you do get penalised.
Bellamy. Jenas, long way out. He's going to crack one. Barthez needed to watch that all the way.
Yeah, he had to. It was a good strike, Steve. But straight down the goalkeeper's throat.
As you say, Paddy, full credit to Newcastle and Bobby Robson for the way they've played.
Yeah, they've came. Well, that's the way we play here as well, Steve. If you're going to get beat, at least try and win the match. You're going to get beat, you're going to get beat. If you're a couple of goals behind, have a go.
Well, last time United scored 6 at Old Trafford in the league against Newcastle, you were playing.
Was I?
May of 1968.
Probably made 5 of them, did I?
6-0 that day. Hasn't been as straightforward today. Although United were cruising at 5-2, that Bellamy goal just planted a slight seed of doubt in the mind. Here's Dyer and Bellamy. Didn't get any power behind it.
Well, he's under pressure from Jonas, so he doesn't get any power behind it. It was a half chance, Steve, he knows that. But he's not hit it.
Free kick has been given against Shearer.
It's a free kick for obstructing the goalkeeper, but we see it out in the pitch so often. Full-backs obstructing players that are trying to get the ball, let the ball go out for a throw-in, and there never free kicks given. He's making no contact with any player.
O'Brien's header. O'Shea's outstretched foot did its job, then Verón in with a challenge. Solskjær. Verón.
No, I was expecting all the acknowledges that should have gone. I mean, it's ridiculous in this day and age when clubs have to send players halfway around the world to play friendly matches. Totally out of order.
It's out for a throw. Griffin. Looking for Dyer. Fortune's gone back with him. Now Solano. Shearer above Roche. Oh, and then a real chance for Jenas.
Jenas is offside and the linesman's not given it. We'll see as the ball comes to Shearer. He heads it back across the goal. No, he's not. I thought he was. The wrong tap. It was a chance. It was a chance. She was caught for a second. I think Jenas got the surprise that the ball got through to him.
6 minutes of normal time to go. 5-3, United lead Newcastle. Crucially, United have never been behind in this game. Verón has found Richardson. Crowd willing him to take Griffin on.
That's a free kick.
Yes, and the referee agrees. Solano on Richardson.
Yeah, I'm just thinking to myself, go on, Kieran, son, have a go at him. Why not? 1 against 1. He's wanting to have a go, but Solano comes back helping him in. Just nicks his foot.
We're on to Scholes. Over the top looking for Solskjær. Free kick goes against the Norwegian.
Yeah, he's trying to knock Dabizas out of the way.
He wasn't holding back there, Kieran Richardson.
Certainly was not, was he?
Well, will be delighted to see that. Verón penalised.
Yeah, he just caught Kieran Dyer's foot there. Sebastian.
Giggs. Solano for Newcastle. Desperation from them now. They know the clock is ticking.
Oh, referee, you're allowed to challenge, man. I don't think there's anything wrong with that challenge at all.
Roche on Bellamy. Shearer coming in again. Where's Brown headed clear? Now Griffin. Shearer's header. Away by Brown once more.
Offside, Shearer, yeah. They're just bringing a little bit unnecessary pressure on themselves, United. They've got to push out from the back, Steve. Push out, push up the park. Clap. Hold your hands up and clap. They had it all prepared. They must have known something we didn't know.
Griffin. Good hustling from Solskjær.
Yeah, but
and he's forced the error.
Yeah, he forces the centre half Dabizas to make the error.
Shearer's header again, that came off O'Shea. He's going to have to make it second time, and did. Falls to Solano.
You've given it the wrong way, linesman. That's come off Solano. He's not happy with Silvestre.
Shearer. Well blocked by O'Shea. Still got high into the box. There's a free header there. And somehow it's still not clear, and away by O'Shea. Little fortunate there, United. Now Solskjær on the break.
Good play by Ollie. Tried very hard to get the throw in, he's got it, but a little bit of danger around the box as well. Wasn't it a good clearance by John, but one of those situations when it's near the end, get it anywhere, as long as it's out of the box.
Richardson to Fortune. Inside the last 60 seconds of normal time. Nikos Dabizas for Newcastle. Cut out by Roche. There goes Solskjær once more. He's covered some ground down that right-hand side today.
He certainly has. He's only just running down the clock, I think, Ollie.
He has a hat-trick against his former manager. 5 goals in 3 games against Newcastle since coming to the Premiership now. He'll be sick of the sight of him.
Oh, he'd been wanting to play against Newcastle every week, wouldn't he?
And even though he booked him, he'll probably want the same referee as well, because the last time Steve Dunn was at Old Trafford, they scored 6. This is Giggs. He's won a corner.
Trying to get it back to Paul Scholes, but he was crowded out, Ryan. A little bit of pace takes him away from everybody. He's trying to find this fella, but he just couldn't squeeze it back to him.
And the last time Steve Dunn refereed at Old Trafford, Van Nistelrooy got a hat-trick as well against Southampton. They won 6-1. Not been back since. Verón. Into stoppage time. 3 minutes of it was signal. Giggs. Well, he's been penalised, Ryan Giggs.
Well, the last minute of the game, how can he take the free kick from there? It was at the corner flag.
Clearance from Lee Rhodes. United will have the free kick there against Aaron Hughes.
I say, Steve, young Lee Roche has enjoyed himself out there as well, hasn't he, since he come on? Quite happy on the ball.
Giggs. He's going for goal. Given down.
Nice little bit of skill from Ryan. He's been at that all afternoon, a pain in the backside for the Newcastle defence.
Scholes.
He's been magnificent today, Paul.
What a game he's had.
Magnificent.
Just out of play. Inside the last minute of stoppage time. United, of course, involved in 2 5-3 games last season.
You're quite happy, Alex.
When he analyses the bigger picture, he certainly will. Some of United's football has been back to its very best.
Fantastic, yeah. I think the commitment, Steve, more than anything. That's a good... Oh. As I say, the commitment's more than anything. Everybody putting their foot in and challenge for every ball, giving Newcastle no time to settle than anything.
There's a lot of foreigners here today. They will just think the Premiership's marvellous looking at a game like this.
That's true. Well, it has. It's been a magnificent game if you're a...
Back to winning ways, and in emphatic fashion in the end. 8 goals. Sir Alex Ferguson wins the battle of the Knights. But he will be delighted with the response, the application and the performance of his players. And Bobby Robson, who used to manage this fella at PSV Eindhoven, sees him score a hat-trick Alan Shearer's 100th league goal for Newcastle is little consolation, although they did get it back to 3-2 with that. Solskjær got the important 5th to make it 5-2, and Craig Bellamy then got it to 5-3. Scholes started it all off a long way back after 24 minutes. But the 251st win in the Premiership is an important one. It's Liverpool and then Arsenal to come. But the first leg of the 3 successive matches against last season's top 4 gets a positive start. He goes home with the match ball. A hat-trick for Van Nistelrooy. 3 points and 3 valuable points for United, who are back to winning ways. They have beaten Newcastle United by 5 goals to 3.